Welcome back, hunters. All right, so I had a dragon build. Video's already up. A lot of people are saying the element just isn't worth it. It caps a lot lower than it used to. Compared to power files, it just doesn't do big damage. Like, look, that's great and all. If you want to play meta builds and you want to min-max and you want to only play the best builds, that's great. I like playing different things. I like messing around with all the elements. I like having builds for just whatever. Like if I kill a monster 1 minute slower than somebody with a max crit build, so be it. You know, I just want to have fun and hunt monsters. Monsters. Let me get at monsters. Anyway, look, I kind of took my dragon build and I switched it to more of a crit setup. It does seem like, I don't know, like the damage numbers seem pretty close when comparing, but I will say the crit build opens wounds faster, and as soon as that wound opens, you hit it. That wound is completely gone and destroyed, and it feels like you're stunning. Like, you know, when you destroy a wound, the monster's like, ah! You know what I mean? They're like, oh no, that hurt. And they kind of get like, you know, stunned a little bit. And that seems to happen more with the crit build. But look, regardless, it's decent. It does good damage, and it's fun. And that's what we're here for, to hunt monsters and have fun. All right, I'm no speedrunner. I don't care about min-maxing. Sure, I'll try to make some of those builds, but I just want to like have different elements and have fun and try different skills. And I know a lot of skills are broken right now, especially for switch axe, but you know, we're just gonna do it. So I'll take your tail. I mean, that seems crazy. Preparing for a roar. I mean, yeah, because like on his chains, it was resistant to dragon, but that was like 114 per hit. This is what I have for the weapon. Obviously, we're running the frickin' Ardian weapon, and I am dragon. Okay, my element is 340 dragon. I ran 3 attack infusions while I was making it, and then actually it's pretty good, right? My rolls were 3 affinity boosts and 2 element boosts. Okay, so affinity is 20%, 340 dragon, and 718 attack. It's actually not bad. And then when you add on, you see now it's 468. Okay, when you add on the gems and stuff. So let's go over the this is pretty much I'm using, because like there's not a lot of variation in builds yet. Like literally it seems everybody is running the same gear, minus maybe 1 or 2 tweaks depending on what they want to do, and everybody's running pretty much Arkveld for the weakness exploit, or you know, Gore for antivirus, and maybe a Fulgur Anjanath or Dahad, and that's pretty much it, right? So there's not a lot of diversity right now. It kind of doesn't matter what weapon you use, it's all going to be the same. But this is what I got. So Dahad Shard Helm beta, right, for agitator. I have the Arc Vulcan male beta for weakness exploit, Guardian Arkveld Van Brace's beta, more weakness exploit, and the Arc Vulcan Coil B, which maxes out weakness exploit at level 5. I have the Blongo Greaves, just because I wanted 2 level 2 decorations. I'm running the Chain Charm on this. I think maybe just level 1 burst is better. Maybe slot that in somewhere else and then maybe use something else. I have learned that Counter-Strike, I thought, you know, it says in the description that it only gives you like 20, I think at level 3, 25 raw damage if you get knocked back. And I was like, well, if I have a run where I'm not getting hit and I'm hit on my counters, it's whatever. But supposedly if you sword counter, it gives you that bonus for 45 seconds. So a lot of people are running Counter-Strike now. Up to you. I'll eventually do a build with that. I'll probably make one today. But as far as this build goes, this is what I got. This is going to be, this build will still max out your dragon element at 690. 690 is the cap for dragon element. I've had the attack go to like 905 with this build. It was either this or my other dragon build where the attack goes to 905, but it will max out your dragon element at 690 and still give you 50 to 110 crit affinity. Okay, so it's pretty good. It's very fun. I like it. So first thing you want to do, probably optimal is dragon and handicraft, but I'm just not getting that drop. So I have razor sharp, which is just chance to lose sharpness, because you want to stay in the white sharpness as much as possible. But dragon attack, that's what takes us from 340 up to 468. Okay, critical jewel 2, critical jewel 3. And if you don't know what that is, well, guess what? Damage from criticals is 40% instead of the base of 25%. Everybody's running this now. It's just, it feels good doing that much damage, I'm not gonna lie. So if you're running crits, this is a very big thing. I've made other builds where I don't use, you know, this at all, and I'm just running like power prolonger and quick switch. But I think people have done tests, and it seems like quick switch isn't giving a 30% speed boost. It's actually taking longer. I don't know, it's a whole thing. Switch axe is all fucked up right now. Okay, so this is what I got, and then pretty much the same thing as my other 2 crit builds, literally all the same. Running 3 mighty jewels so I can get that 30% affinity when your stamina gauge is full. And if you didn't know, the only thing that consumes stamina while you're attacking is wild swing. So everything else, you're good to go. So as long as you're pretty much standing still or strafing and attacking the monster, you're going to have a base 50% affinity constantly. And if you hit the weak points, you're getting 30%. You hit a wound, you're up to, that's 80, then you're up to 100. You're wearing a mantle, that's 120. Yeah, you're going to do a lot of crit. And then I have the jumping jewel, because like I said in my other videos, basically after playing with evade extender on switch axe for hours, going to a build that optimizes damage but doesn't have jumping jewel absolutely fucking sucks. Once you go from level 2, level 3, jumping jewel here for evade extender, switch axe feels horrible. It feels like you can't move at all. You feel like you roll, you're like, I moved 5 inches on a roll, versus this, you move like 10 fucking feet. It's crazy. This is just a thing that I can't play switch axe without this now. So I'm always going to put this in the build. Like, I would like earplugs, okay, for Monster Wars, because it's just, you can keep comboing when they're screaming at you, and it just, if you're not in sword mode and you don't have time to counter the roar, or you don't know it's coming, you're just gonna get, you're just like, you're just stunned for a while. It's annoying, but I'd rather be able to be mobile with jumping jewel. Flare right now supposedly is not working properly. Okay, it will in the future. I'm just running a level 1 flare. If you want to switch this for I don't even know, you know, you can go with agitator. I see people running that, you know, up to you. But right now level 2 works, none of the other levels work, so it's ass backwards. I'm running divine blessing because you know, that 50% saves your ass a lot of times. That's completely up to you. If you don't want to run divine blessing, if you're a better player, go for it. I have the adapt jewel, so I don't have to deal with hot and cold. If you'd rather spec something else in and then just pop hot and cold drinks, probably the better route. I'm just lazy. Medicine jewel, kind of whatever, I just threw that in there. And then obviously mighty jewel and jumping again. Okay, and that's what I have. So basically this will give you big dragon element plus pretty much 100% crit. Okay, so like I said, a lot of people are saying the power file is the best. Element file is just not as good. But here's my thing, right? Element file will, you can do triangle, triangle, circle, circle, circle while you're in sword mode, and your amp gauge is full. With a power file, you have to do that combo 3 times before your amp gauge is full. So me personally, I like element file because it looks cooler and your amp gauge is charged up, and you max that, you can either, since it charges so fast, it's like one of those things where, okay, power prolonger is going to make you stay in amp state for like 90 seconds. Or since your gauge literally charges in one combo, normal is 45 seconds. So you can get rid of power prolonger, since you can keep your amp gauge, you can get it charged so fast with element file and just spec into something that gives you more damage. But a lot of people are saying power file just does way more damage, but I don't know. It's one of those things. Yeah, it's one of those things. So, but this is what I have. Big dragon element plus crit. Feels good. It's fun. It looks cool. And, you know, it's decent. But I'm having fun with it. This is probably my favorite build. I'm not going to lie. Out of what I've made so far, the crit dragon. This feels really good. This is more like I got rapid morph, power prolonger. So this is more... little bit, you know, less damage. It's not, you know, big noticeable, but this also gives me like the elemental absorption, convert element, so that really pumps dragon damage, whereas this doesn't have those two. It doesn't have convert or elemental absorption, so you're losing dragon element. You know what, I think this one might only get it to 600 now that I think about it. I had to look. I don't know. I was playing it last night. This will, my old build that's previously up on the channel, will get to 690. This might not anymore. I'd have to look at my footage, but it's still very big dragon element damage and, you know, 100% crit. So there's that. Anyway, you know the drill. Subscribe, come back. See you on the next one.